Alright guys, I'm going to do another game showcase video, and this time will be on a game called Bleach Soul. So as the name suggests, it's gonna be a game based on the Bleach IP. It's a classic idol gacha game, so you kind of just collect the very different character by summoning using in-game currency, and then you can enter them in a battle by putting on a formation of 5 characters and kind of just progress through the stages. It's an idle game, so as you can see the gameplay, you won't be pretty much doing anything. Everything's automatically done, and you can collect very different resources in the game by just kind of simply waiting, etc. Now, in this video, I'll be telling you guys how to actually download this game, because you guys probably already can tell the game is in Chinese, so you won't be able to get it from Google Play. However, there is going to be a platform called X7 Games where you can download from. So I will show you guys how to download it if you do want to give this game a try. I will be showing you some simple gameplay and also the summoning animation, etc. And I will give you some of my honest thoughts on whether I think this game is gonna be any good or not. Okay, so how do you download it? So like I said, you will be downloaded from this platform called X7 Games. Just for transparency, this video is sponsored by X7 Game. It's not sponsored by the Bleach game that I'm going to showcase, but it's sponsored by this platform, and I do honestly do recommend this platform for the fact that it's essentially like the Chinese version of Google Play. So if you are interested to play any games, which right now is only available in China, the X7 Games is actually a good platform to download it, because you are able to essentially play any kind of Chinese games without needing to actually set up a dedicated account. Basically, the link I'll provide you guys in the description below. Once you click on it, you can download this platform. You can then log on to this just using your email address, so you don't actually need to set up an account on XM Games. You basically log in via an email address, and they will send you a verification code. You enter the verification code, and you basically can then log on straight away without needing to set up a password or anything like that. So once you have done that, you can then go into Bleach, and then you can see all of the different games out here. There are obviously going to be some of the bigger names like Immortal Soul, but like I said, the one we're going to showcase today is going to be Bleach Soul War. Okay, so that's basically how you can actually get access to this game. One nice thing about X7 Games also, by the way, is that there is this built-in translation button. So if you do ever want to actually figure out what's going on the screen because you can't read Chinese, you can do that. This game, however, is pretty simple, so you probably already understand what this game is all about, because I'll have to say the battle mechanics in this game is pretty straightforward. So basically, you have the very different characters. They all have their different skills, etc. Because everything is done automatically, this kind of tell you the first number here will tell you when you will be releasing this move, like which turn you will just start from, and then what's the cooldown period. So for example, this skill it will release on the first turn, and there's a cooldown period of 2 turns. If I go on this one, this doesn't say anything. I'm guessing that's a passive. Then this one, for example, it get released on the second turn, and there's a cooldown 4 turns. So it's basically just as straightforward as that. But like I said, because the battle is all automatic, you don't even need to do anything about it. You don't even need to understand kind of the mechanics behind the move. You just let the game play itself. Now the battle animation, as you can see, is pretty simplistic. I'll just say I'm not a great fan of it, because it doesn't seem to be too much animation or action going on, and also it is actually quite slow by itself. However, even if you, like, this is a special type, but once again, you don't really see any flashy cutscene or anything. So I do feel like the animation graphic is pretty simplistic. Like I said, the battle is quite slow. However, if you don't actually want to watch the battle, it's absolutely fine. For example, I just managed to beat that battle. I can go into the next stage, and rather than just sitting here and watch the battle, which there's not much action, what you can actually do, just go into whatever other content in here, and eventually once you actually clear that stage in the background, it will just pop up saying you have beat that stage and do you want to continue to the next one, etc. So it's pretty simple, and true to the name of idol in the sense. For example, I just managed to beat it. I even unlock a new mode here, I believe. Let me see, what is this new mode, whether it's any fun or not. This feels like just farming resources kind of thing, I guess. And let's see what this new game mode is all about. I mean, it's just another classic battle. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. Yeah. honestly speaking, the battle system is so straightforward. I don't know whether you guys would be a great fan of the fact how simple it is. I mean, you might like it because it's so simple, but you could also, go the other way saying there's nothing to do, which is also fair enough. What else are there? There's also gonna be certain things where, so this is one we just had. What's this? I haven't actually unlocked that yet. Uh, Here is basically, I think, your bag. So basically, you can get very different shards, which you can use to merge into very different characters. There is actually a good chunk of characters in this game, by the way. So here, for example, I can actually see all of the characters, even if I don't have them. I did take a look through all of them. I don't think there's any character from Thousand Year War, so I don't think it covers there. And also, I'm pretty sure this is not an officially licensed game item, so this may be just like a rip-off Bleach game. So it won't have anything from Thousand Year War, but it would have, certain transformation of character. For example, this is Baragon, but not in his old man form, but in kind of this, his skeleton form, skull form, I guess. Can't remember the official word now. But so you do have that. Opposite characters are sorted by different rarity. SSR is not actually the highest because you can see there's actually UR character, which is like Yamato and Aizen. So, there are definitely, potential for them to release even stronger characters in the future, I guess. Especially if they ever release Thousand Year War in the future. So obviously classic gacha, so you would be trying to actually summon for them. Let me show you how to actually summon. Now, one thing I do like about this game, so you can probably tell I'm not a great fan of the combat system, but one thing I do like is the fact that the illustration, it gives me a very much of like a manga feel or like visual novel kind of feel. So you can also kind of see from the background, it's much more true to kind of the manga rather than anime. So which is kind of why I don't think the animation is any flashy or not, but it kind of presenting more of a like a visual novel or kind of like more as comic kind of format. It's also the same thing. Like if I go into battle, like if you actually take a look at the low screen, you kind of get that visual novel feel rather than like an animation feel. So, if you're more of a fan towards manga and comics rather than animation, then maybe you actually prefer this kind of illustration stuff. But the thing I want to kind of show you guys now is more kind of the summoning system. If I can actually figure out where that is. Oops. Where is, okay, I just meant to beat that stage. Let me try to find summoning. Okay, so this is something. So you can see there's a background and there's quite a lot going on. I sense the fact because this is like a vertical screen, it's somewhat confusing in terms of what you can actually obtain. And also on the note of vertical screen, I'm not great fan of the fact that it's already a vertical screen and they're still displaying the battle side by side. Like if you actually want to make the most out of the limited screen time you have, it should be more like your team is here or at the top or at the bottom, and then the enemies on the other side to make the most out of the sides of the screen rather than side to side. So that's just something I'm not a great fan of either. But in terms of the summoning system, I feel like this game is pretty generous in terms of the summoning tickets, or maybe it's because I just started. But basically, I've only been playing for about probably like half an hour, and I already done like 20 or 30 summons, and you can see I still have like another 62 tickets. It might just be because at start of the game they give you loads of tickets to get you hooked, but if you are initially playing it from like the gacha point of view rather than the combat system point of view, I do feel that this can give you your gacha effects because it does actually provide a lot of currencies and also tickets. So you know what, let's just finish off the video by doing 6 motives, I guess, and see who we can actually get. Once again, I feel like animation is not a strong suit of this game. Like if you look at the summoning animation, it's once again give you that kind of visual novel kind of feel. Like you kind of see the character display in kind of like a comic or manga format rather than cool animation cutscene. So that's kind of the whole feeling of illustration in this game. Like all of those animations more kind of like very simplistic rather than trying to be flashy and cool. Okay. There is a pity system, by the way, so you can see here. I think it's like every 10 multis you can get. Oh no, this is a 5-star character. There's a bit of a really long pity system to get an SSR character, so you get points. But it feels like you have to do like 150 multis in order to do that, so I don't think that's true. Here I think it's just like you guarantee a 5-star in a 10 in a multi, but a 5-star could mean an SR character or an SSR, so you have no guarantee of getting the highest rarity just by straight summoning. And you can probably already see in the last 3 multis I had, I only got SR character, no SSR. So the rates are probably not the best, but they do give you a lot of currency to compensate for that, I guess. What rarity is that? Oh, okay, so that's an SSR, so not bad. That's one SSR out of 4 multis so far. Let's do a bit of a tally. That's SR character. Yeah, I mean the animation's definitely not. I'm not personally a great fan of this. If you like this kind of animation, then this could be a cover tea, but for me, not so much. Um, so yeah, so one SSR out of 6 multis. I can do another multi, I guess. I do have enough currency, so let's see this. But yeah, as it seems, the rates doesn't seem to be great. At least in terms of getting the highest rarity of SSRs. Okay, I think that's an SSR, right? Yeah, okay. So I got 2 SSR out of 7 multis. But in terms of pity system, there's still a long way to go until you reach the pity. So, I love currency, but the rate is not the best thing in the world.